Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is JJ Aquaticz. If you've seen anything on this channel, you know that I have a 75-gallon community tank. It's full of many different kinds of fish and different species. And today we're going to start something new to where every Tuesday I'm going to talk about a different species that is in my tank. Today we are going to start with the fancy guppy. First thing I want to cover is where these guys originated from. They were mainly found in places like Venezuela and Barbados in the mid-1800s. Ever since then, they've been a super popular fish tank fish, just because mainly of their colors and how easy it is to breed. Over the past few years, breeders have developed tons of different varieties, everything from mosaic patterns and snakeskin designs to half moons, tuxedos, delta tails, all kinds of different wild color combinations and variety of style. So the kind of water these guys are used to, they usually live in warm, slow-moving freshwater streams, ponds, and pools. Their native waters are usually moderately hard. If you hear people talking about soft water versus hard water, they're talking about the pH. So when we put them in our aquariums, it's important to give them something similar to what they are natively used to. In my 75-gallon fish tank, I've had to kind of pick a happy medium for all the fish. So some fish might like hard water, some fish might like soft water. I've tried to balance it as best I can to keep everything as happy and healthy as possible and make sure that everything thrives that is in my tank. The tank requirements that guppies thrive at the best for, the temperature is between 72 and 82 degrees Fahrenheit. I keep my tank about 74. It seems to be a good happy medium for everything that's in the tank. They like a pH between 6.8 and 7.8. I try and keep it right around 7. That's usually my goal. It's a good base point for all of my fish, but 7 is really good for guppies. You can keep a small group of guppies in a minimum of a 10-gallon fish tank, but bigger is always better, especially if you plan on breeding them. Keep the filtration gentle to moderate, and if you're mixing males and females, a ratio of 1 to 2 males is good for about 3 to 6 females. So 1 to 3 is usually the rule of thumb. That keeps the females less pressured and more happy in the tank, less stressed out. When it comes to diet, guppies love a variety of stuff. I usually feed flakes, frozen foods, but they also love micro pellets, live foods like brine shrimp. There is some ghost shrimp in my tank. I haven't seen anything go for them yet. But I'm sure if they end up having brine or baby shrimp, then that will be an issue. That is okay. Guppies are peaceful, social, and active swimmers. That makes them good for community tanks like the one that I have. They're excellent community fish. Some great tank makes include platies, mollies, swordtails, corridoras, rasboras, endlers, snails, shrimp, and peaceful tetras like the neon tetra. Make sure to avoid fin nippers. It's like pea puffers. Things that can just stress them out is obviously not good for them. Now, breeding. Breeding with guppies is super easy. They're live bearers, meaning the females give birth to live babies about every 25 to 35 days. If you want the fry to survive, make sure to add plenty of plants and hiding spots so the babies do not get eaten. I see a lot of people will separate the females when they end up getting pregnant, which is perfectly fine. That's probably the best way to have a successful breeding. I'm definitely going to look into that if my guppies end up breeding, which I'm sure they will. The last thing I want to talk about with guppies is signs of sickness. I'm going to do this with every fish that I cover on Tuesdays. So keep an eye out for clamped fins, faded color, ick, which ick is noticed by white spots mainly, frayed fins, or loss of appetite. If a guppy's not eating, then it is definitely not feeling good. My guppies eat like crazy. Anytime I drop food in the water, it's gone in seconds. Good diet goes a long way in keeping your guppies healthy and thriving. So that's pretty much a deep dive into guppies. There's really not much left to cover. They're great, I don't want to say beginner fish, but they are pretty easy to take care of. The water parameters are pretty baseline and normal, but that is where they come from, how they live, how to care for them, and how to breed them. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Let me know what you think of this style of video. I wanted to try a long form style video outside of just my shorts, and I wanted to help the community with some facts that maybe people didn't know about. Thanks for watching Tank Talk Tuesday, and I will see you next week.